G'day gamers, Gob here. Welcome back to Gob's Quickies. It's Snapshot Day and we're welcoming Snapshot 21W07A for the 117 Caves and Cliffs update. But it's very dark in here. I might just whack myself a potion of night vision so we can see a little bit more. But before I do that, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please chuck me a sub so you can see all of my content. Right, let's get to it. Now, this snapshot is mostly about the deep dark and the new blocks down here and the changes to ores and a little bit of a menu change. Okay, but the biggest thing by far in this snapshot is this block here, the Grimstone. And you can probably just make it out by the lights of the candle and the glow lichen down here in the dark deep of the overworld. And have a look at the view with night vision. My goodness me, look at all those new blocks. This is the Grimstone, and the Grimstone is only found down in the deep dark. Look at it. Look at it. How amazing is that? Look at the way the ores stand out. There's some lapis and some redstone. We'll just go for a squeeze. Now, notice that all we can see is Grimstone and andesite, because under the new snapshot rules, which we'll be seeing in the 117, down in the deep dark, you will not find diorite, you will not find granite, and you won't find dirt. Okay, so there's actually very limited numbers of blocks you'll find out, but there is diamonds, and that's one of the other changes to the game under the new snapshot for this version of 117, and we'll talk about that before we go into the Grimstone itself. Now, first things first, what they've done is they've changed the way ores are going to be distributed through the overworld. We'll just go through and explore while we talk about it. Okay, currently under 116, okay, we can find our ores in, like in this diagram here, on the right hand side, Minecraft 116. Okay, you can find coal pretty well anywhere. We can find iron under about Y64 down to pretty well 0. And our diamonds are just that little strip there with redstone under about Y16, etc. Well, under the 117 snapshot, okay, and this is their first run at the distribution, and they've put a big not final stamp on it, so please, I think that's their way of telling us it could change. Okay, they will find that we'll have our ores distributed differently. Emeralds will only be found in mountain ranges, and it can be found anywhere from pretty well the top of the mountain ranges, and that's what the Caves and Cliffs is all about, big massive mountain ranges, down to about Y32. Okay, iron will be found down to about -16. Our lapis will be found pretty well around a similar sort of area. Our redstone from about 16 down all the way to -64. Remember, we're going down to -64. From 0 to -64 is our deep dark. And that's, as we can see here, we can see lapis. We can see gold, which will appear from anywhere from just below from Y32 down to almost -64. But the interesting thing in this diagram is it shows you not just the range that you find it in, but it shows you the distribution. Okay, and the thicker the line, the more you'll find. So diamonds, you'll start seeing them around Y16, but they'll go all the way down to -64. Once you get down to around about that -40 odd mark, there's a lot of them. You've got just as many chance of finding diamonds at that level as you do of finding coal at levels above Y80, I think it is. So, like, diamonds will be really common down in the very bowels of the earth. And that's just pretty exciting. And that's one of the questions I had last time in the last snapshot. You know, what's the distribution of the ores going to be like? So I'm very excited by that. But that's, I guess, part of the challenge of going down into the deep dark and taking on the Warden. Now, another thing they've done is they've made it that strongholds will be encased mostly in stone. Okay, so you won't find your strongholds partially exposed or with corridors that just end into caves and things like that. So you'll find them now mostly enclosed. And if they're down deep enough, you'll have your Grimstone around it. And there's your portal. Excellent. So this one's up high enough that it is still mostly stone without your Grimstone. Now, another thing they've done is they've decided that Minecraft needs to obey a little bit of the laws of physics, and we won't have floating mine shafts anymore. So your mine shafts will either be supported by beams if they're out in the open, or they'll be held up by chains. How pretty cool is that? What a great little source of extra resources down in the dim dark. And this one is in the deep dark because we've got our Grimstone all around us. Now, another thing that they've done is they've made it that the large caves are going to be rarer, and the chance that they'll be filled with water is a little bit lower, okay? So that's made a slight change. Look at this one. How cool is this? Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Now, one thing they're going to also do is change the textures of the ores. Hasn't been implemented just yet, but at the moment, under the current 1.16, our ores are encased in stone, which doesn't quite sort of suit the environment because they stand out like the proverbials. Okay, so what they're going to do is, and in this diagram here, is they're going to make it so that the ores will be sticking in the block that they're in, and doesn't it make it blend a little bit easier? Look how easy it is to find ores in here. There's our diamonds and our redstone, but this must be close to Y0 because we've got our stone and our Grimstone and our dirt. Let's just see what level we're at. And we're at -6, so yep, that's about right, nearly 0. And that's when we start seeing the other dirts and diorites and granites. Now, the exciting thing about Grimstone is we are going to get a lot more building blocks to play with. Let's have a squiz. And there we go, Grimstone. We've got the Grimstone itself that will mine out from the underworld. We've got polished Grimstone, which sounds exciting. Grimstone bricks, that is cool. Grimstone tiles, that's new. Chiseled Grimstone, Grimstone walls, polished Grimstone walls, Grimstone tile walls, Grimstone brick walls, Grimstone stairs, polished Grimstone stairs, Grimstone tiled stairs, brick stairs, Grimstone slabs, polished, normal Grimstone slab, tile slab, and brick slab. And let's grab one of each of these and have a squiz. And there we go, all the new Grimstone blocks, and the sheep here are absolutely excited about the possibilities that these bring to the game. And we've got our normal Grimstone here, we've got our polished Grimstone, our Grimstone bricks, our tiles. Now, don't look at those tiles, don't they look amazing? They look a bit like the brick blocks, but they actually are quite nice, aren't they? That's your chiseled Grimstone, and it's got like a little face. It's actually not too bad. And there's our wall variants. It gives us a little bit of an extra look. And our stairs and our slabs. And look at the possibilities this block brings to the game. Absolutely stunning. And just to get an idea of the contrast of the colours, that's our Grimstone, that's our normal stone, and that's our black stone. And it's a sort of nice medium sort of colour, isn't it? Not as dark, not as light, it's just right. And I can see builds being done incorporating the Grimstone because I think it's amazing. It's going to be wonderful. That has been my favourite block, the stone bricks, but I'm thinking the Grimstone bricks is going to be the new in thing for building. I'm just so very excited. And another thing that they've done is they have reordered the redstone tab in your inventory menu. I don't know if you're like me, but when you were looking for things like redstone torches and things like that, it used to be annoying that probably the things that you used the most weren't at the very start of a tab and you had to scroll the way through. Well, fear not, fellow Minecrafters, that is no more. The tab has been changed. And as you can see, you've got your main items first, and it goes down to all those things that you probably don't use as much. But all your main redstones up the top, which is where you would expect it to be. Thank you, Mojang. So there you go, Snapshot 21W07A for the Caves and Cliffs 117 update. And I'm really excited about the Grimstone. Really excited. It's going to be a fantastic block. And what about those changes to the ore distributions? That's going to be pretty cool as well. Now, I chucked in this glowberry bush here just to show you how much light it gives off, and isn't it great? I'm so excited about that too. I'm just so excited about this entire update. Anyway, if you liked the video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Go check out my patrons. G'day, Mr. Bat. Are you excited? I am too. Yeah, chuck me a comment. Go check out my patron stuff, and we'll see you next time. Hooroo!